Well, despite the virus threat, several communities are pushing for rules that would allow chickens in their own backyards.
After ordinances passed in Madison, Stoughton, and Beloit, now Edgerton wants to join in. Felina Jones has more from Rock County.
Chickens may be finding a new coop to call home.
We were actually thinking about somewhere in the backyard, right towards the back of the fence.
If Edgerton residents like Jonathan Frey have their way.
Our grandparents, our great-grandparents, it was not uncommon to have victory gardens to keep small poultry in their yard. It's just removing our reliance on the system and really more self-reliance.
Frey and a group of residents have turned to social media to gain support of an ordinance they hope will ultimately benefit the whole community.
They're good for an urban environment. They are friendly towards people and children. They're easy for children to approach and learn from, and they actually produce a good that can be used.
Residents would be required to have a permit and limited to owning a maximum of 6 chickens. Despite 10 recent bird flu findings within the state, including Jefferson County, Frey believes the risk of the disease occurring in a residential area are unlikely.
Risk is very minimal as long as proper steps are taken to minimize that risk, such as proper sanitation when handling birds.
Housing backyard chickens has been talked about for years in the city. Cities like Madison and Beloit have passed similar ordinances in the past years, but now City Council is hoping Edgerton will be next in line.
I think that it'll put Edgerton back in the map as another progressive issue that we're doing.
Matt McIntyre is the former city mayor and has been a part of City Council for the last 25 years. He says there are still a few issues to address before final approval, but is hopeful.
I think when we come up with a couple things that tighten up the concerns, such as noise and what happens if animals come in, they go in other people's yards, how to protect other residences that have concerns about it. And I think hopefully they'll come on board.
Again, that was Felina Jones reporting. Yesterday, council voted 4-2 in support of this ordinance, and then city leaders will make their final vote the 18th of this month.